Rekan-rekan muda, para katekis, dan semua aktivis Gereja Katolik. Gereja Katolik saat ini memang membutuhkan banyak rekan muda untuk terlibat dalam pewartaan sabda, dalam pewartaan Injil dalam gereja. Wujudnya bisa macam-macam, sangat bervariasi, tergantung minat, keterampilan, keahlian, dan kemudian juga panggilan. Saat ini memang belum banyak rekan muda yang mau terlibat. Apa sih penyebabnya? Dan jika teman-teman ingin terlibat, apa sih yang harus diperhatikan? Kali ini saya berkesempatan mewawancarai Leahna Villajos, seorang rekan muda dari Keuskupan Cubao di Filipina, aktivis dan pewarta gereja dalam bidang media komunikasi. Ya, nama dia adalah Leahna Villajos, lajang 28 tahun, seorang pekerja media, wartawati, dan pewarta Injil, sehari-hari berkantor di Keuskupan Cubao di Filipina. Seperti apa pengalaman Leahna menjadi pewarta sabda dalam Gereja Katolik? Apa saja hambatan yang dia alami? Dan apa saja rekomendasi dia bagi rekan muda Katolik yang ingin terlibat menjadi pewarta sabda di dalam Gereja Katolik? Mari kita ikuti perbincangan saya dengan Leahna. Oh ya, jangan lupa ikuti Leahna Villajos di media sosialnya, di Facebook, di YouTube, dan juga di Instagram. Thank you very much for accepting this offer, these invitations. My name is Yeremias. They call me Yeremias, and I am lecturing philosophy and also humanities and also religion at the university, Catholic University here in Jakarta, since 2005. And at the same time, I am also a catechist. I used to call myself also as an independent catechist. I belong to a parish, but now then I focus more on the digital platform and YouTube especially. As I inform you, my YouTube channel, I dedicated. Actually, I have two YouTube channel. One is for philosophy, and the other one is for, let's say, spreading the good news related to the Catholic teaching, liturgy, and so on. So it is named Pewarta Sabda, means a preacher of the Word of God. So that's myself. So and then the reason why I ask you to have this kind of talk is that I noticed, I don't know, but maybe it's several months ago, I noticed the YouTube channel of Cubao Diocese, where I find you as, I don't know, how do you call it, as a kind of presenter of that channel. And I noticed that since you are so young, and it amazed me because, many young people, they don't like or they don't want to involve in Catholic life and Catholic ministry. So that's why I asked you to, if you can, how do you say it? If you can share some of your thoughts regarding your involvement in the Catholic ministry. So let's say, could you please briefly introduce yourself?
So I am Leahna Villajos, 28 years old, a media officer of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Cubao in the Philippines. I am a live streamer of online masses. I write news and feature articles. I am also I am also a volunteer reporter or on-call reporter in TV Maria Philippines, Radio Veritas 846 here in the Philippines, and once I also volunteered for EWT and Asia Pacific Philippine chapter. So I have small online coffee business. I am a member of the social communications ministry in my local parish. I am also a choir member. I am a simple daughter. I am a Catholic.
Do you have degree on communication media or something like that?
Yes, sir. So I am a college graduate of Bachelor of Arts and Letters. My major is broadcasting.
Since when you have been involved in this ecclesiastical apostolic work? Are you directly involved in media and reporting in Cubao Diocese, or have you previously been involved in different kind of ecclesiastical apostolate?
Yes, sir. So I have been involved in church works when I was a third grader. So I think 9 or 10 years old. That's when I started. I joined a children's choir. But then before, our family is not really religious. My mom, my father, mother, they are. We are not going to church every Sunday. So.
Okay.
When I started to join the children's choir, that's when my mother was forced to go to the church because she accompanies me. So that's when she started. She also became a catechist. And then when I was 11 or 12 years old, I joined the altar servers because here in the Philippines, they allow female altar servers or sacristan because of pastoral reasons.
Yeah.
So that's when my second eldest sister, because we are three, we are all girls. So the second eldest also joined the choir and also joined the youth group. And then one summer vacation before I enter high school, the eldest among us three girls has friends from a different Christian denomination. So here in the Philippines, they are called born again. I think you know that, sir, born again. Yeah. So one summer, my eldest sister was invited to join a summer camp. My mother and the second eldest, my mother and the second eldest will be going to a retreat. Our parish activity, retreat for parish activity. So I really can't remember what's the reason why my mother cannot have me there on their retreat. So my mother left me with my eldest sister on the summer camp of the born again. That's when I became also a born again because of
really?
that summer camp. And I really can't describe. But I'm thinking, am I brainwashed that time? I really can't describe why I also joined them. I was baptized on that camp. Imagine a camp for only 3 days, I guess. I guess because I was too young. So I was like brainwashed. So I joined them and I became baptized. So in only 3 days. But so I became a born again for 4 years during my high school life. And then slowly so we have quarrels with my mother because my mother already um church. So we have choir in our house because I don't go to church. I don't want to kneel during the consecration. I really don't understand my. I'm thinking, I'm reminiscing the memories before. Up to now, I can't understand what happened to me that time. So yeah. But when I get to college, I slowly. I don't know what did my mother do, but slowly I get back to the Catholic Church, and I became a student catechist when I was in college. So I am teaching elementary students during my free time or free days during my vacant days when I was in college. And I asked one of my friend priests, what will I do? And do I need to get baptized again in the Catholic? Because I was baptized in born again. So
Yeah.
he said, no, just
No.
confess,
Yeah.
because that's not valid.
Yeah.
Because I'm already baptized in the Catholic, so it's not valid. It's okay. So I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
confessed. Yeah, and that's when I became active again in the Catholic when I was in college. And after college, I work in Radio Veritas,
Oh.
the Catholic radio
Yeah.
station
Yeah.
here in the Philippines. So I worked there for 6 years, and
Oh.
I love my work. Actually, I really love working there. I love to be a reporter. That's my dream. That's why
Mm.
I took up mass communication major
Yeah.
in broadcasting. My
Yeah.
dream was to become a reporter. I wanted
Yeah.
to become a reporter on TV station, but
Mm.
then I was holding back. I don't want to try to
Yeah.
apply on TV stations because I feel that I might be influenced by
Mm.
the culture on
Mm.
a secular station.
Mm.
I'm afraid that I will become away from the church, something like that. So I stayed on a Catholic station.
Mm.
But then I also became tired of the work because I travel from Metro Manila in if you know Quezon City, sir.
Yeah.
So Radio Veritas is located in Quezon City, and I live in Bulacan. So I
Mm.
travel every day for almost 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that's when I became tired. And also, as a reporter, um, we are always on the go. So sometimes we do not have uh, day off. So we have one day off only.
Mm.
So not ordinarily you can have 2 day off in a regular office setup. You will have 2 days off.
Mm.
But in the media, as a reporter, we only have one day. And sometimes, because of the tight schedule, many events, coverages, we do not have day off. So
Mm.
I became really tired physically, though I love what I am doing, but I feel exhausted.
Mm.
And so this opportunity opened, and they are looking for a media officer
Mm.
in the Diocese of Cubao.
Yeah.
So that's when I tried to apply. And luckily, because some of the priests already know me as a reporter,
Yeah.
they gave me the opportunity to try to become their media officer. So I am a regular staff now in the Diocese of
Mm.
Cubao, and I report regularly to the director of the media ministry in the
Mm.
Diocese.
Mm. It means that if I ask the reasons why you're involved yourself in the apostolic life of ministry life in the Catholic Church, then it seems that the first reason is because you are you love very much this media and communications, but then also there is a necessity in Cubao Diocese where you can let's say realize um, your let's say your skills as a media and communications by educations. So I think that is very good. And as you know, the Catholic Church nowadays, we need this kind of apostolate. Is the preaching of the good news or preaching of the gospel of Christ today more effective through digital media? And what will be your reason?
So I think it is really effective on the digital media because we already transitioned from the old way that we are teaching, and the new way is the social media. So we are, I'm not saying that we are neglecting the way we preach or the way we teach before. I'm just expressing that we should go with the trend. The church should follow also the trend of teaching and preaching, because the young people are here. So especially in the Philippines.
Yeah.
The Philippines is one. of the most user of the social media. I
Yeah.
think here in Asia, the Philippines is number one among the users of the social media, and the church very important. So right now, the people are on social media, so we also need the presence of the church
Yeah.
in social media, and that for that reason, I think we can effectively evangelize.
Mm-hmm. So it means also it's a kind of both ways. For the first is we need this media as a platform for evangelizing people, but then the other one is because nowadays young people, they are so keen in using the social media, so we have to go to their level or their customer habits of using media communication. I have noticed that if we base on the official YouTube channel of the Diocese of Cubao, it seems that the channel subscribers have only reached around 3,700 something subscribers, whereas Catholic in Cubao Diocese are around more than 1 million, right? It means also it's consists of 88% of the total populations of the diocese of the region. Now, considering that the subscribers is only about, I count it's only about 0.0032. My question is that an indication that evangelizing through digital media platform is not yet very popular in your diocese, considering those those simple facts that I showed to you. What's your opinion?
Yeah, talking about the factors that may affect while why we have a large difference in the number of subscribers in the number of Catholic population in diocese. Because number one, I think the most popular social media platform in the Philippines is Facebook. So that's one factor. I think we have more subscribers, we have more followers on Facebook than on YouTube. Actually, our YouTube started in 2014, but then we only started to grow subscribers in 2020 on April. That's when we started to have the daily masses because of the lockdown brought by the pandemic. So we started to gain more subscribers from that month. And then around August, we stopped our daily online mass because the churches are starting to reopen, and we wanted the people to attend the mass physically. So we stopped the online mass. And we go back on doing the usual thing that we do as media in the diocese, is to cover the diocesan events only. We really do not do daily online mass. We just focus on the diocesan events. So we go back to doing the things we used to do. So I think that's one of the reasons, the popularity of Facebook. And then the second is we stopped doing daily online mass. And then the third, and I think this is also one of the biggest factor, is because the Diocese of Cubao, as you know, sir, is situated in Quezon City. So in Quezon City is a busy city where all the entertainment and online sources and are situated. So then our FB page or and our YouTube channel have many are also is just one, I think, one of the other platforms, one of the other channels that the Filipinos, especially in Metro Manila, can look. I mean, there are many other channels, there are many other Facebook pages. So I'm not saying that we are competing with them, I'm just we are coexisting with them. So I think that's one of the factors why we have lesser subscribers,
Yeah.
because the others are more popular, of course. For example, this TV Maria Philippines, and this Radio Veritas. So we are also contributing contents to them. And but then I think we are not stopping. We do not stop from reaching out to these Catholic netizens. We want to reach out to them, no matter where they are. So actually, we are happy because sometimes we are seeing comments that like watching from Saudi, or watching from Australia, or watching from other parts of the world. So we are happy to see those comments sometimes. I think that's a challenge for us as media, or as social communications ministry members. That's a challenge for us to do more contents, to give more content to the people, to nourish the people through the online platform, and to help them feel that the church is with them, even through online.
In every live Eucharistic celebrations, or in every live masses, more or less how many Catholic, faithful Catholic are joining your live streaming? Is that more than 1,000?
Depends on the event, sir.
Oh, okay.
Actually, on YouTube, it's really funny. On YouTube, we only have 10 live viewers.
Oh.
Only 10 during the live itself. Only 10 viewers.
Yeah.
But on Facebook, sometimes we reach more than 1,000, more than 1,000. Sometimes 500 only, sometimes 100. It depends on the event that we cover, and also it depends on, for example, who is presiding the mass. For example,
okay.
a bishop. A bishop is presiding the mass.
Yeah.
So many people are really watching bishops.
Yeah.
And one time, last year during lockdown, the what do you call this? The college in Rome, Pontificio Collegio Filipino. They are not really that tech savvy last year. So one priest from the Diocese of Cubao is studying in Colegio, and he asked if we can help the priest in Colegio. We teach them via video call how they can go live from Colegio. They will air via live streaming the recollection of Cardinal Tagle. So we help them, and with Cardinal Tagle, we have, I think, 15,000 live viewers because the people are attracted to Cardinal. So it depends on the personality
That's
and
why
on the event.
I don't know if this is a proper name, but I can call it this kind of subscribers getter. And I also in the also in Indonesia,
or they have many followers.
Yeah, that's right. That's why some priests here in Indonesia, you know that in almost I think in all dioceses they have this communications team, and they know that in their diocese they have this kind of priest, so they I don't know, they always ask him to do something, like let's say like short catechism or short class of or a retreat or preaching as or more mass celebrated by him, and those I call it those strategy in order to attract people more to attend the live streaming.
So I think it's part of the culture of the people, not only Filipinos, to look up to someone, to a personality, not just on a church For example, on entertainment or politics or other. But talking about the church, so it's their culture to follow this priest or to follow this bishop. They are like they feel that their faith is getting nourished through the words of this particular priest, or they feel like they are more close to Jesus or to God, where when they watch this particular priest or bishop. Yeah, I think it's people's culture or people's normal characteristic.
Yeah, that's sometimes I let's say, quote unquote, I envy the priest because um, compared to my own content in my YouTube channel, even though I have very good content uh, on some kind of catechism, some topics of catechism compared to priest so and so's channel, but then they are more famous, attracting people to subscribe than my channel. So that's really a real challenge, you know.
Because sometimes there are just charismatic people.
Yeah.
We do not know what they have, but they have something like charisma. They
Yeah.
have that charism to attract people.
Yeah. At a very young age, like yourself, you're already an important person in evangelizing through digital media in your diocese. So, can I know what is your mission then?
My mission now is to use this platform to evangelize,
Yeah.
to promote our faith, and to help people become closer to God, to help the other youth with their social communications team. In fact, I also have my own YouTube channel, sir. If you saw it on YouTube, you can search Leahna Villajos. So I have tutorials on how to do live streaming.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
I
want to
noticed that also.
promote the
I
I
think
want to promote the social communications among the youth. I want them to use it properly. I do not want them to abuse it. So I think right now that's what I want to do. So I think right now that is my mission. Although sometimes we are also being attacked, or we are also being you call it bashed by our fellow Filipinos in the field of social communications, but then we don't know what we did wrong, or where did we go wrong, why do they have to say these harsh things on us, on me, or on the diocese media team. But then we just ignore them, and we just continue on what we are doing, because we think um these things, the online masses, or the articles that I write, or the reports that I provide on the other media entities, I think that's my way of expressing my service to the church.
young people like your age are more interested in doing anything except serving the church. And do you, in my opinion, do you you do the exact the opposite? So, what is your comment?
I agree that young people are really attracted to do other things. For example, because of the media, we are attracted to games or other sort of things, like creating videos or creating vlogs, the video logs, and doing other things. But then I think that's where we need to be. That's where we need to intervene.
Yeah.
And also, we need to that's where we need to evangelize, because at a young age I gained a foundation in the Catholic Church at a young age when I was. There are lots of factors. For example, factors on the family, factors on the friends, and for me, I think you said the other people, young people are doing this, and me, I am serving the church. There are lots of young people actually in the Philippines that are serving the church because they have this foundation from the start, from their family, from their friends, from their community to serve. So I
Yeah.
think the other people that are not interested to serve the church is because they do not have that influence.
Yeah.
They do not have that community, for example. They do not have that family. So I think that's where we should be. That's when we should influence them. We should influence the others. So if they are on social media doing other stuff on social media, pornographies or games on social media, that's where we should also be, for us to intervene on this, what you are doing right now, and we want you to do other things. We want you to be directed to the church. We want you to come back to the church.
In my experience during my studies in the Philippines, I noticed that most of the catechists, or almost all the catechists, are women. I don't know the situations right now, but at the time, mostly, or even my own catechist, the one used to translate my homily to Tagalog, they are women. I don't know why is that.
As what Cardinal Tagle said, women are like smugglers of faith. So we, even on the other countries, that's what Cardinal Tagle said, the nannies on the other countries, they are like smugglers of faith. They teach the other children because the parents are absent, the nanny is present, so that nanny teaches her faith to that child. So that child eventually learned the Catholic faith, and then that child eventually asked her parents to also go to the church. So I think it's on the culture of the Filipinos that they have pious devotion to Mary. That's why, women became like that.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing also, considering that many Filipino women are around the world, so they can bring also faith to different people in the world, right?
Yes, sir. But of course, we are not neglecting, or we are not setting aside the men. They also have vital roles on in our faith, in the Catholic faith, and I think they are really also important.
Okay. So, in your opinion, what should be done so that apostolate through digital media platform reach more and more parishioners?
We should think of more attractive ways on for our content. We should provide more content that are attractive to them, to the people, especially for the young, because there are many distractions for the young people. There are many things that are getting their attention. So the church needs to compete with that. So the social communications ministry needs to create more content that would get their attention, and that would eventually bring them back to the church. One example, I would like to cite this one example because the young people loves cartoons or comics. This one Facebook page, it's called Comics ni Fry. This is owned by the Brothers of Order of Preachers. So the admins is the Brothers of Order of Preachers. So they create funny comics about, for example, the saints are playing hide and seek and it is always Saint Anthony of Padua who is the winner. Just small, short, funny comics that are pleasing to the eyes of the young people because it is on comics, and also it is short because the attention of the people on social media, the attention span is really short. So in that short time, you need to get their attention. So we have to be creative on thinking of the contents that we give to the people so that we could gain more of their attention on our digital platform.
The last question is, what can you say to young people so that they will be actively involved in the life of the church and hopefully be actively involved in spreading the joy of the gospel?
I would take the word of my mother when I was young. So she always tells us, even because I became a choir member at a young age, and then after that, the other members of our choir here in our community, in our barangay, we all of us already aged, they have their own family, and it's like I am the only one remained, the original members of the children's choir. And then we recruited other members, and my mother always tells us, and my mother always tells those other members that do not stop serving, even if it's hard, even if you do not know why you are serving. Sometimes we question, why am I still here? Just go on, just don't stop, because we are sure at the end that God will bless us. So sometimes I also experience that I'm going to the church, I am attending mass, but I am out of my mind. It's like I'm physically present, but I'm mentally absent because I don't know what I am thinking. But still, my mother always tells us, still go, still be there. And then later on, you will realize the God's message. And then later on, you will be blessed. In Filipino, she always say, maglingkod ka lang. Wag kang maglingkod ka lang. Bibiyayaan ka niya. So I think that's what I can share to other young people. Just always be there, even if the situation is forcing you to stop. Even if, for example, the other young people, even if your own family is stopping you from being there, just go on, just hold on His promise, and He will surely be with you, and He will surely reward you until the end. And by that, I think by being close to God, being close to the church, you do not know who you are attracting also, because other people also see you. You do not know that you also inspire them. You do not know that you have effect on them. And then later on, they will also come to the church. You do not know those things. So just continue going on, just continue serving the church, and then later on you will attract others to also go to the church.
It's great. So it's like being a preacher or an evangelizer without words. So
you should also be a model.
Be a model. Yes, precisely. Thank
you so much, sir, for this opportunity. By the way, sir, I would like to confirm. Are you already a priest? So you are already a priest?
No, I left. I left on my second years of theology. So we need 1.5 more years of studying to be ordained. So
all right. So you're a lay catechist and a lay
Yes.
volunteer.
yes,
All right.
I have my one daughter, and she's studying. She's taking also media communications in my university, and she's in the 4th semester right now. Her age is 20. She's 21 this year. So
Wow.
I am blessed. I am
That's-
blessed. I'm
Yes.
surrounded by 2 women here in our family.
Really great to hear that, sir.
Yeah.
And I also really had a wonderful time with you, although we have internet problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Jangan lupa likes, share, comment, dan subscribe channel Pewarta Sabda. Terima kasih.